All right, so we're back, and, we like to keep things moving here. No need to waste your time, We're jumping right into it today with something a lot of you are probably already following pretty closely.
March Madness, of
Of course,
course.
March Madness, but it's specifically, we're diving deep into the women's tournament.
Right, yeah, it's already underway, too.
Exactly. And to make sure we don't miss anything important, we've got a whole stack of sources here.
Oh, yeah, we've got talkSPORT, we've got some AP News, NCAA.com, of course. Oh, and even a little bit from Wikipedia and Off Tackle Empire.
Yeah, so we're coming at this from all angles, really getting the full picture. We're going to break it all down for you and give you the need-to-know info on this year's tournament.
The key highlights and insights, basically.
Exactly. So first things first. For anyone just tuning in now, can you give us the quick rundown of where we are in the tournament?
Sure, so Selection Sunday was back on March 16th. That's how we found out which 68 teams made it.
Right.
Then we had the first 4 games.
Okay.
Those were on the 19th and 20th. And now this is important. The first round is actually happening today.
Today, March 21st.
Yep, March 21st, and it goes through tomorrow, the 22nd. Then that all leads into the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8, and then, of course, the Final Four and the championship.
Yeah, all that's coming up in the next few weeks.
Exactly.
Now, besides the games themselves, there's some big news this year about something happening off the court, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So for the first time, the women's teams in the tournament are going to be getting individual revenue shares.
Individual revenue shares. What does that even mean?
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. They're calling them units, and each one is worth $113,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it's huge. And the teams can use that money, for all sorts of things to improve their programs, like better training facilities, recruiting, you name it.
That's got to be a game changer for a lot of these programs.
Totally. And it's really a step towards making things more equal with the men's tournament, too, recognizing that the women's game is just as important.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of important, we've got to talk about the players.
Yeah, who should we be watching out for?
Exactly. Any standouts we should keep our eyes on?
Well, one name that comes to mind right away is Kiki Rice from UCLA.
UCLA.
Okay, yeah, she's just fantastic on both ends of the court. Really efficient player.
All right.
Another one you should definitely watch out for is Kiki Iriafen from USC.
Another Kiki. All right, I can remember that.
She's 6'3", and she's so versatile. She can play any position, it seems like. A lot of people are saying she's going to be a top draft pick.
Wow.
Yeah, so how she does in this tournament is going to be really interesting to see.
Okay, so 2 Kikis to keep an eye on. Easy enough. Now, what about upsets? Everyone loves a good Cinderella story.
Right.
Are there any teams that people are thinking might shake things up?
Well, a lot of analysts are saying to watch out for Georgia Tech. They're a 9 seed, but they're going up against UCLA, who's the top seed.
Wow.
Yeah, and some people think it could be a closer matchup than people expect, could be a big upset.
A 9 seed beating a 1 seed? That would be something.
Yeah, and then looking further down the line, a lot of people are wondering if anyone can beat South Carolina.
They're looking pretty dominant.
Yeah, they are. But some are saying UConn might be the team to take them down.
Ooh, that would be a matchup.
Definitely. It's all speculation at this point, but it's exciting to think about.
It is exciting. So much potential for things to get really interesting. All right, so just to recap for everyone, we're right at the beginning of the first round of the women's tournament.
Yep.
This year is a big one because of that new revenue sharing thing, which is pretty historic.
Absolutely.
And we talked about some players to watch like Kiki Rice and Kiki Iriafen.
Right, 2 of the best in the country.
And of course, there's always the potential for some upsets like maybe Georgia Tech over UCLA or even a UConn-South Carolina showdown.
Yeah, lots to watch out for.
And here's something I was thinking about, with this new revenue sharing and the possibility of some big upsets happening. What do you think this all means for the future of women's college basketball?
That's a good question.
Could this be like a turning point for the sport,
I mean, it definitely has the potential to be. It's going to be really interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, a lot to think about as we watch these games unfold. All right, well, thanks for breaking this all down with me.
No problem. Happy to do it.
And to everyone listening, thanks for diving deep with us. We'll catch you next time.
See ya.